With a waterfront location at the Thermaic Gulf of Macedonia region, Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece after Athens. The city has a rich history and culture. In addition to being a great base for exploring northern Greece, it also functions as a commercial, business, and transportation hub for this side of the country. It is one of the liveliest places to visit with all kinds of facilities and a lovely seaside promenade. Now, Athens is the capital of Greece. However, Thessaloniki is often referred to as the co-capital of the country. This is just to show how important the city is for Greece. The co-capital is a reference to its historical status as reigning city of the Byzantine Empire alongside Constantinople. Symbolically, it remained the same in the modern Greek state, but this became literal over the years. The city plays its very own role, whereas it constitutes a bridge between Eastern Europe, the Balkan Peninsula and the northern Greece, and the rest of the country. Thessaloniki is Greece's food city. The United Nations agrees with Unesco, designating Thessaloniki Greece's first city of gastronomy in November 2021. One of the most significant features of Greek hospitality is the passion for good, tasty, and high-quality food. In Thessaloniki, this characteristic is even more important. In the past few years, the municipal authorities have invested in the development of gastronomy tourism in Thessaloniki. As a result of that, there are many options to fulfill your appetite, from street food and traditional Greek tavernas to international cuisine and fancy restaurants. We had some great tasty souvlaki.
Apparently it's the best souvlaki in Europe.
Souvlaki are a popular fast food choice in Greece. Skewers of marinated meat are cooked over an open fire. We spent 2 days in the area and we immersed ourselves into the vibrant culture and charm of Thessaloniki by wandering through the city. We started our tour of Thessaloniki with the most iconic monument of the city, the White Tower. Considered as the city's landmark, the White Tower is one of the best places to see in Thessaloniki. Built in 1535, the tower was originally surrounded by heavy walls, as it was used as a prison during the Ottoman occupation of Greece. There, many prisoners were tortured and executed, and the tower acquired its nickname, the Tower of Blood, or the Red Tower. It was renamed the White Tower in 1890 after a prisoner entirely repainted it in white in exchange of his liberty. The 34-meter-high tower is now hosting a White Tower museum dedicated to Thessaloniki's history from the Roman era to the present day.
During our visit, we went to the tower's top floor, and there we had a beautiful 360 degrees view of the city and the sea.
Thessaloniki is a city that invites you to walk it every hour of the day. With tree-lined avenues and a vibrant atmosphere, the central hall is Aristoteles Square, with a view of the sea and dozens of cafes, perfect for people walking.
Just a few steps away from the White Tower, you reach the amazing Thessaloniki Waterfront.
If asked to describe Thessaloniki in one word, most will say the waterfront. This is understandable as there are more than 3.5 kilometers of serviceable waterfront that takes advantage of the natural beauty of the city. A stroll along the waterfront is one of the best things to do in Thessaloniki. There you can walk on a 5-kilometer long promenade on the seaside.
The place is really vibrant and it became more vivacious during the night as eateries, bars, bistros, pubs, and restaurants are filling up with locals and tourists.
The famous 13-meter-high stainless steel sculpture titled Umbrellas on the Waterfront is a popular public art installation in the heart of Thessaloniki, created by the Greek artist George Zongolopoulos. This captivating masterpiece was introduced to the public in 1997, becoming an integral part of the city's artistic and cultural fabric. Positioned along the city's waterfront promenade at the near Paralia area, the umbrella stands out as a symbol of Thessaloniki's embrace of modern art and its deep-rooted appreciation of culture.
While on the waterfront, we took a boat tour to see the city from a different perspective.
Several boat tours and cruises operate in Thessaloniki. Typically, boat cruises take about 1 to 2 hours, giving you time to relax, enjoy the views, and take photographs. Timings can vary depending on the tour provider, but cruises are generally available throughout the day and into the evening if you prefer a sunset or a nighttime and city light atmosphere.
While in the city, we have visited some few churches.
Thessaloniki offers many religious attractions, among which are the abundant Byzantine churches found in the upper town and the wider region. Visitors have an opportunity to admire 1,000 years of unique architecture and well-preserved monuments. One of the closest churches to the town that still stands proudly to the day is Agia Sofia, just a 10-minute walk from the White Tower. This is the largest and most famous Byzantine church in Thessaloniki. It was built in the 18th century over the ruins of a Paleo-Christian church that was destroyed from the earthquake. It used to be a Turkish mosque. Along with other churches from Istanbul, Agia Sofia represents the Byzantine architecture. From Agia Sofia, there is a 12-minute walk to the church of Agios Dimitrios. The church of Agios Dimitrios lies in the heart of the old town, on the homonymous street. It was initially a small Byzantine church built over the ruins of a Roman spa. Bishop Ioannis founded the five-aisled basilica, and between 1493 and 1912 it was used as a Turkish mosque. In 1917 the church was entirely burned out, and in 1949 it was completely renovated. Today is one of the most famous pilgrimages in Greece and the patron saint of the town. The next church we visited is the Church of St. Paul the Apostle, a 12-minute drive from the White Tower.
The church is not far from the walls of Thessaloniki, which we will visit after.
The Church of St. Paul is situated on the hill. That is why it is not hard to notice it from afar off. The magnificent building of the temple is crowned by a flattened dome. A distinctive arch rises above the main building and decorates the central entrance. It is a new and modern church that was consecrated in honor of Apostle Paul in 1997. The walls of Thessaloniki are just a 5-minute walk from the church. These impressive structures are the result of a long building process and continuous maintenance that dates back in the foundation of the city from 316 BC till the beginning of the 20th century, and have saved the city many times from the external enemy. It was around 8 kilometers long. A little bit over half remains standing today. A number of fortresses and defensive towers were added during different periods of history, like the Seven Towers Fortress and the Tower of Trigonio located near the Acropolis. Several square, circle, polygon, shaped towers were also built along the entire perimeter. Being perhaps the most imposing element of the city's wall and one of the most popular sites in Thessaloniki, the Tower of Trigonion is a medieval masterpiece. Built in the second half of the 15th century AD, it was used as an armory and artillery tower.
The views of the city from this place are unbelievable.
The next step is Thessaloniki OTE Tower. OTE Tower is a 76-meter tall, whimsical tower located within the Thessaloniki International Exhibition Center. And the tower is also home to a revolving skyline cafe bar.
Apparently, you can have a rotating view of the city. Unfortunately, the tower was closed when we were there.
It's closed.
We ended our visit to Thessaloniki at the Rotunda, the famous Rotunda of Thessaloniki. The Rotunda is one of the most important Roman monuments in Thessaloniki. It stands just next to the Arch of Galerios in the city center, and it's also known as the Church of Agios Dimitrios. This cylindrical structure was built in 306 AD by the Roman Tetrarch Galerius, who intended it to be his grave. At first, it worked as a temple, but it remains unknown to which god this temple was dedicated. After the death of Galerius, who was buried elsewhere, the Byzantine Emperor Constantine I converted it into an Orthodox church, and many frescoes were painted inside, some of which survive today on the walls of Rotunda. In the 14th century, the Ottomans occupied Thessaloniki, and the Rotunda was converted into a mosque. South of the Rotunda was the Triumphal Arch, known today as Camara. It's one of the 15 Paleo-Christian and Byzantine monuments of Thessaloniki that were included in the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1988. The Arch of Galerius is also one of the most popular destinations of the city, along with the White Tower for both locals and tourists.
The Holy Church of Panagia, Dexia, is located next to the Arch of Galerius within a very small distance. We spent some time there while in the area.
This church was built in 1956, and it's not as historic as other temples, but it's worth visiting as you can admire the colorful wall paintings and icons decorating the interior. What should we retain from this extraordinary visit to the second largest city of Greece? Well, Thessaloniki has an attractive cafe-lined waterfront and more notable Byzantine monuments and Ottoman structures than you can shake a stick at. It is Greece's first city of gastronomy. Its university population is the largest in Greece and the Balkans. That means that the city boasts a vibrant, famously avant-garde music, art, and entertainment scene. It's a Greece base for exploring northern Greece and the Balkans. Thessaloniki ticks all the boxes for someone wanting to have a wonderful break.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more. Next time, we are taking you to Thessaloniki in Greece. Till then, carry on traveling. See you.